Hello everyone. Welcome back to the Apery channel where we break down tech mysteries into actionable steps you can master. Today, we're addressing a hot topic that's been lighting up our inbox: how to create a mobile or web app that generates and scans QR and barcodes, all while interacting seamlessly with a backend using Apery.io. By the end of this video, you'll know how to build this app quickly and easily. To begin, let's create a new app from a blank Ionic template. The project is loaded, so let's make it add products with specific codes to a database, and then scan these codes to reveal detailed product information. We will start with task number 1, how to create a code, be it a QR or a barcode. And to make that possible, Apery.io has a versatile QR code generator template. Don't be fooled by the name. We can generate all known types of codes, not only QR codes. So let's create a new page from this template. For this, click Create New, select Page, then select the QR code generator layout and hit Create Page. Success! Let's now ensure this page is our starting point by setting it as the default in project routing. Save the project. Now, with our generator ready, let's click Test to see the template in action. Once the preview opens, input any text you want to code. You can also adjust its size or color. And most importantly, pick the format you desire. You can see that the list of supported formats is extensive, and we can play with testing different codes. However, today, QR codes are a crowd favorite, so for this demo, we'll stick to the simple QR code. It's also very easy to add the generated code to any app page. When you are done with it, just press Ctrl+C to copy this component, go to your desired page, and paste it. You're done. On to step 2, where our app's true power is revealed: database integration to manage product information linked with our QR code. For this, we will use Apery.io's List Details plugin, which displays a list of items that can be edited. To import it into the project, click Create New, then select from Plugin and search for the List Details plugin. Note that for working with databases, we'll need to add a database ID setting. Also, our default database should have an items collection with 2 fields, name and description. With the plugin selected, click to confirm import. In a moment, we can see that with the plugin, 2 pages were added to our app: an items page to view our list of items, and an item page to create or edit items. Before we can test, let's change the routing again by setting items as the default route. The app is ready. But when testing, we can see a message indicating that the database ID setting is not specified. However, this doesn't prevent us from testing the app, and we can define it a bit later. So let's click OK and proceed with testing. Enter values and watch as they're added, edited, filtered, or even deleted. Now, to keep these changes server-side, head to the Databases tab, click to create a new database. Name it QRCodeDB, and create an items collection with 2 required columns: name and description. Also, we will need the database ID. It can be found under the Settings tab or simply copied from the address bar. Now, to make the plugin work, go back to the Builder, unfold the Services folder, and select Settings. Now, add a new parameter named Database ID and insert the ID value we just copied. Test again. Now, we cannot see any default values because all the values have to be returned from the connected database, which is currently empty. So, let's create our first item. Click Save. Go to the database, hit Refresh, and see our entry appear. Now, let's go back to the Apery Builder, as it's time we add a new field for product codes on our item page. For this, we will use the input component. You can drag it from the palette or simply clone an existing one. Let's do it. And rename the cloned input to code. Indicate that it will be stored as item.code. Also, we want this field visible when filled. So, go to the page with the barcode we created before, copy the generator component, return to the item page, and paste it. Now, indicate the value to be coded. In our case, it is item.code. Also, let's clear the format value field to use the default QR code. Finally, to be able to save this data in your database, go back to the database, click to create a new column in your items database collection, and name it Code. Congratulations, your app is fully equipped. Let's test it by adding another item. Now you can input code, see it display, then add a description and save. Next, switch to the database and refresh it to see that the code is neatly saved. A really good job, but we still have some more work to do. And the final piece of the puzzle is to scan our codes and display corresponding information. For this, we will use another Appery plugin, QR and Barcode Scanner. Note that we have two scanners, but for now, we need to choose the second option for optimal integration. Importing the plugin adds two pages. The first page allows scanning codes and displaying information, while the second is a modal window for bonus app functionality and makes it work beautifully as a mobile, web app, or a PWA. Let's adjust routing once again and test the app workflow. I have no doubts that it will be impressive on a desktop, but I want you to see it shine on a real device. And it's always a good idea to use Appery's Tester app for smooth, real-life testing. The Tester app is free, can be installed on iOS and Android devices, and is very simple to use. Just hit Scan, scan the on-screen QR code, and your app is mobile ready. For testing, we made this code generation utility page. By default, with no format specified, all known formats will be scanned. So hit Scan, choose the QR code, and see what it encodes. You can also specify a code format to scan. For instance, if you select PDF 417, it won't scan as we are now working with a QR code. So nothing happens. Now, let's additionally check the QR code checkbox and rescan. And there you go. Now, let's bring it all together in the builder, adding items, scanning, and returning scanned data. Our app is going to be a complex one with several pages, so let's reorganize it by adding tabs for easy navigation. First, let's rename our default screen 1 to Tabs. And under Properties, set its Tabs property to True. Note that all the content will be reset, but it's okay for now. Now below, clone the tab to add one more tab. One is for the scanner, and another one is for the items page. For perfection, you can add the icons like these to each tab. Also, link them to their respective pages. Finally, open Routing, update the route with tabs and set it as default. Optionally, for instant access, we can choose a default tab. For this, in the Tabs page, set scanscreen as the selected tab property. Finally, we are ready to put our masterpiece to the test. Great! We have tabs and can switch between them. To see the latest tester changes, hit the System button. We could also use Refresh. But as we have changed the Start page, we need to press the Home page button. You can see that the latest app version is now available on the phone, and you can navigate around. For the full testing experience, return to Appery and finish editing the scanning page. Upon clicking the Scan button, the scan function is triggered. Let's review the function code. It is rather simple. First, we retrieve formats, then check if the app is started on a mobile device, a.ML Scanner is launched. If started on the web, it shows a modal window. The scan result is available as scan data. We need to find our item from the items collection using the scanned code. To implement this, open the Variables tab and add a new variable, item. Next, return to our function and add the following code. First, we check if there is any data to scan. If no data is available, we simply exit. If such data exists, we query the database to find the item by scanned data. For this, we use this code. This item equals. Then, since we are working with the async operation, enter await. Apiary also offers the predefined database property. Let's use it. Next, we perform a search to find one value by code. The first parameter we indicate is the collection name. The second one is the search condition. For your convenience, you can check our documentation for this command syntax. Open API reference, then go to the database section. Locate the needed method. In this case, it's query1, and review the syntax. We need to simply copy this part to put into our code. First, we replace the collection name field with items and specify that the code must equal scan data. As the database interaction can take time, I will also add loading. And use the predefined variable alert to notify if the item record isn't found. And finally, to be able to see on the UI that we have found the required item, let's open the scanscreen design panel and add one more text field with the following value. To make it shown only when the record is found, we can use the ngIf attribute item. Save and test the latest app version on our device. For this, click the Update button. Let's add an item from the phone. Call it Last Test. Add description. Let it be test. Then add some code, for example, 1, 2, 3. Save it. Now, if we scan the QR code 1, 2, 3, we should see the name Last Test. Let's encode 1, 2, 3 and scan. Query the database and find our item. Perfect. We have just built a really complex app that can generate and scan QR barcodes while working with a linked database. If you find our videos useful, make sure to like them and subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get regular feature updates and product videos. See you, and thanks for watching.